you guys had a fun little party in a chemical treatment facility that was turning, we'll refer to it as blood wine, into various concoctions that were being shipped out to help spread Tiamat's influence. Um, with the help of the Jester, you worked on infiltrating and shutting down the facility until you were confronted by Tiamat, at which point you guys faced off against 3 of her children while the Jester fought with Tiamat until he was able to pull in enough of Brienna's domain that he could banish Tiamat's physical form from existence, buying you an unknown period of, as they put it, decades to centuries before she would return in enough of a state to be able to bother you. And with her banishment, the 3 that you were fighting, the glows in their eyes faded. 2 of them were already heavily injured and unconscious on the ground, currently bleeding out with an unknown certainty on if they would live or die without any intervention. And the happy berserker boys is taking a nap, snoring loudly. He is still healthy enough that it's not a concern that he would die if unattended at this point. So, we will pick up with the gesture hunching over in pain as you see this white light crackle and ripple across his body, and he begins coughing. I need you all to roll me a perception check.
Game paused. Where? Huh. That's initiative. Give me a second.
Nathan.
I was trying to open my sheet.
Oh.
I couldn't click on wolf token.
Hey.
Yeah, the sheet's being wonky. We'll get you out of this fucking accursed map soon. Last of you. Okay. So, anybody that rolled a 35 or higher.
Lana.
Lana and Wolf. Looking over in the Jester's direction, you can see, aside from the various residue of battle around him, that there seems to be something pouring out from gaps in his armor and underneath his mask. Lana, it's hard to tell from the distance you're at, but Wolf, it looks like sand is pouring out of various points of his body.
Lana's just gonna kind of make her way over and get like, "Hey, buddy, good work with the dragon thing. Are you gonna be okay? You look kind of rough."
As you get closer, it's obvious that he's breathing a bit heavily, and clutching at his chest a bit. But he just waves you off for a moment, and eventually you see the lights cracking from his body begin to dissipate, and the sand pouring from him stop a bit before he rests a hand on his knee and shakily pushes himself onto his feet and says, "It's fine."
Usually when people say it's fine, it's really not fine. And she just kind of eyeballs Reese and Tomas.
Can confirm.
Point of order. It seems your siblings were possessed. They might not have been. They might not have been behaving in their natural inclination. What are we doing with them?
I was considering waking them up and seeing if they were interested in a second chance or if we need to kill them.
Oh, while you're doing,
That would require stabilizing 2 of them. So are we doing that? Yes or no?
I was going to.
All right. I can help out with that too. I didn't really use any of this, and she'll just kind of clasp her hands together, and a little bit of divine energy will come from them.
Well, I'll get the black one if you get the green one. We should
Sounds
probably have people with us in case they get testy.
sounds good to me.
I'm up here. If you want to
'Kay.
work your mojo, then I'll stand watch.
Sure. I mean, it's not gonna be real too much of anything, and I'm just gonna, and Lana's just gonna kind of kneel herself down right next to Tala's face, and just kind of like boop her nose, and she's gonna vital found 4d8 of health into her.
All right, roll with that healing.
Or I think it's 48. I'm sorry.
While this is happening, Reeves is going to reload his clip and position himself
Vital beacon. It's actually 4d10.
right here.
And Reese will pump a first level soothe into the black dragon.
He gets the bare minimum.
Yes.
He should know where he stands. He's on the precipice.
9 HP.
There you go.
Reese is gonna break out his claws and just kind of crouch next to him.
Yeah. Is Tiamat still in our heads?
Doubtful.
I don't know.
I'll check on that in a second. As soon as we're done with this.
So, as you go to heal them up, Lana, you mend quite a few of the elven woman's wounds. You see some of the broken ribs remend, and you feel her heartbeat steady a bit as they begin to shift slightly, and as they crack their eyes open, you see 2 brown eye. Well, you see 1 brown eye glancing across you all wearily.
Lana just waves.
Reeves
She is
disarmed.
currently crumpled and back against the dented potion vat. Yes, you can kick her weapons away from her.
Awesome.
Do be aware she does have blades as the heels of her shoes.
Can Reeves take off her boots?
If Lana gives you the time to do that beforehand, sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that could have been worked out. Like, hey, yeah, let's get her weapons away from her before waking her up. Good idea.
All right. Almost defensively, you see one of her hands shift as Reese's does, but she kind of just glances across the 3 of you for a moment as if trying to read your faces and get a judge on the situation. Simultaneously, Badar is collapsed on the ground with an arrow in his eye. And
Yeah.
Reese just casually walks over and
Oh, I'm gonna put-
begrudgingly
Yeah, begrudgingly punt. I'm also gonna put my claws like on his throat.
Yeah. In contrast, Lana just gives a casual little wave and just has both of her hands up, like, yeah, we're good here if you are.
you leaving the arrow in before you
No.
heal him?
I'll take the arrow out. I'll be nice.
I think that would be funny.
No.
So you carefully remove the arrow. Give me a medicine check.
Oh no.
Hey, untrained. It takes a little bit of force, and doesn't seem like it would be super fun if he was conscious. But you know that humanoid forms for dragons are kind of weird. So you figure, he'll get over it, and then you slap 9 HP into his chest, and you feel his heartbeat steady a bit, and the wounds around his eye close a little bit. So he's no longer just bleeding from the face, as you see his good eye crack open and stare at you, and then down at your hand.
Good morning, sunshine.
He just kind of reads your face for a moment. Says, I don't exactly know who you are, but there's no need to be clever about it.
One of your long-lost siblings.
You see him tense up a bit, and one of his right hand reflexively reaches for the cane, which I assume you also kicked away from him.
Yes. Oh, don't worry. I don't intend to kill you unless you intend to kill me.
You just see his eyes study you for a minute.
Reese just smiles.
I see. What exactly is it that you want?
To offer you a chance to not be under Mother's thumb now that she's been temporarily dealt with.
Define temporarily.
It could be a few decades, could be a few centuries, not sure.
You see him squint hard at you.
Yeah, I know.
And he kind of just tilts his head a little bit to look around you at the other goblins that are in your group. Yeah. I was trying to think of a fancier word for it.
Well, there's only one of them.
But untouch.
Hey,
Tomas is doing his best.
and you'll have me believe that what a handful of you took down a god.
Well, no. Someone with the powers of a god took down a god. We did take down you, though, while you were mind controlled, so do keep that in mind.
Yes, one moment about that. Actually, this is getting quite annoying. And you see his face restructure itself for a moment before snapping back to the elven form, and both of his eyes are fine.
Tomas is just gonna scowl. He's like, that sucks.
Fair enough.
You just see his eyes glance over in your direction, Tomas. I'm so sorry to disappoint you.
He's like that. Ignore him. I mean, I would like an ally, but I have a feeling that's asking a little too much.
Make yourself aware. You said you were my sibling? Which one exactly?
It's really complicated. Reese stares and like sighs, and he's like, "So, body of Eadras, some weird shit happened. My personality's different."
I see. Circumstances certainly are odd to believe something like that might have happened.
Yeah, it's a very long story. Either way, I would like to not kill you. I'm sure you would like to not be dead.
It is preferable.
So, how about you don't fuck up any towns or innocent people, and I don't fuck you up?
Roll me a diplomacy check.
Love how that's a diplomacy check with this group. Legendary in performance.
Let's go. Hell
Oh!
yeah!
Nice.
A 50. It's technically a 48, but it's a sexy number.
Clapped when I saw it.
You see Badar's eyes study you for a moment and say, "For now, those terms are agreeable. I can't say I exactly know much of what's going on here."
Oh, I should provide context. Mother definitely mind controlled you and was using you. So, yeah, normal mother things.
Not terribly unsurprising. And I'll just glance around the room, his eyes mainly stopping on the other two. Are those the only other ones she brought?
Here at least.
Sorry.
Flashes back to the red one.
It's a bit like her circumstances must have curious.
Sorry, what was that?
Said that's very unlike her circumstances must have been very unusual.
Yeah. I mean, she did sick 2 on me, and I killed them before I realized what was going on. That's unfortunate, but you know.
I would have expected at least a dozen. Either she's got a soft spot for you, brother, or there were things that she was keeping out of sight. Things that I would be very interested to have the time to look further into. So for now, I agree.
Great. And if you do find anything to fuck over Mother, I would be more than happy to assist you in doing that.
I'll certainly think on it.
Well, that's all I can ask for. And Reese will let him go.
So, as you take your hand off his throat, he waits for you to step back for a moment before picking himself up and dusting himself off. Who has his cane? Or did it just get kicked away?
Just kicked it away.
He just gestures his hand over for it, and you see it snap, like fly towards his hand. Well, the address.
Reese. You can call me Reese.
Very well. He just kind of looks you over one more time, almost a mixture between curiosity and disbelief. This has certainly been expected. Reunion, but if you don't mind me, I'll be taking my leave.
Reese just gives a small wave.
Yep. And he just fucks off. Doesn't give a shit.
Cool.
Done with this.
Went better than expected.
Were we able to overhear this over as far as we were, or next to Tala
Uh,
and the doorstop?
give me a perception check because there's still machinery running in the room.
Yeah.
So Lana, Reeves, and Mika.
Okay. Sorry, I think my character sheet broke, so I need to go back through my my actual sheet. So there we go.
Yep. All right. Yep. All of you heard the conversation.
Yep. Lana's just gonna turn towards Tala and be like, "Okay, so how about you? You gonna do your own thing, or are you gonna follow him, or
That that would be the question, wouldn't it? Reese did speak with Badar, but does Badar speak for all the rest of the siblings?
I mean, it's kind of presumptuous. They're, you know,
Um.
Is there like an easy way we can communicate with you?
do you know sign language? I don't, but maybe somebody else here does.
I don't.
I don't.
She just kind of looks at you and like cocks her head with a "Are you for fucking for real?"
Oh, hi, yeah, I'm Lana. We haven't met. This is normal.
She just exhales through her nose.
Can Tomas hear this over where he's at then?
Roll me a perception check. No, you cannot hear it over the sound of the machinery
Okay.
between you.
Does Tomas know sign language, Sam?
No. He
Uh-huh.
does have a pen and paper on him, so.
Aw. Well, let me dig through Lana's toolkit a little bit. See if she might not be able to help out. Ooh, I have an idea. Let's try this. I'm gonna cast message on you and send the words into your brain and see if you can answer through your brain. Haha! Alright. And Lana's just gonna kind of tap her forehead and cast message and go, "What do you want to do?"
So you mouth that phrase to her, but instead of the words coming out of your mouth, they are whispered into her mind.
Yes.
Let's see. So she mouths, "This place smells of death and lies." Uh, Either kill me or let me leave this wretched hovel.
Well, she said to either kill her or let her leave, so I vote for the latter personally, because I'm not about the whole, you know, wanton, needless slaughter thing.
Well, neither am I. But what does she intend to do when she's out of here?
Right question. Um, what do you intend to do when you're out of here? She'll ask with another message.
me a diplomacy check.
Okay. Hey, not bad. Actually, pretty good.
Pretty good for Lana, yeah.
Not bad
Yeah.
at all. She seems to study your face for a moment.
Unlike Reese, Lana is very much not hiding the kind of person she is,
Mm-hmm.
even if she could try.
She mouths back, I know not why mother brought me to this land of steel and stone, but I intend to return to my forests and protect it, as I always have.
Sounds reasonable enough to me. She says she's gonna go home to the forests and protect them. So,
Reeves, being the suspicious person he is going to do a insight check.
Protect is a bit of a loose word, but other than that, you can tell she does seem to be pretty true that she fucking hates this place and doesn't really want to be here. She doesn't really show. She seems to be suspicious and a bit upset, piecing together the fact that you guys are probably the one that fucking raffle stomped her into the corner, but not enough to pick a fight over it.
Yep. Reeves will just sort of nod and just say, all right, let's let her go.
okay, well, yep, you're good to go, man. See you around, maybe not. I don't know. Live your life. Uh, all that. And she'll just kind of like give a little two-finger salute off her forehead.
Once you say she's good to go, she starts picking herself up and regathering her stuff. She looks annoyed when she realizes she's not wearing her boots anymore and just fucking grabs them and tucks them under her arm and starts walking out of this place. Completely unfazed by the glass that just fucking turns into dust underneath her feet.
She's such a badass.
She's like, I'm so fucking tired of this shit.
She's
Well-
like, oh, did negotiations go well?
She's not gonna hurt anyone, so might as well just let her do her thing.
She wants to go to her forest, she can stay in her forest.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hey, Wolf!
Are we gonna leave that one here?
No,
He's
I
fine,
want
right?
that one.
What?
I think
What?
that one should join us.
What?
He's just snoring loudly that you can all hear it over the machinery.
Was
She just like
Badar
stares at Tomas. Excuse me.
Badar seemed just as confused as why he was here to begin with. This one probably doesn't have any clue on how he got here. So Be- it'd be nice
Even
to
if
show the same current.
Yeah, I suppose so.
I think he should come with us. Obviously, we don't force him.
What if he wakes up and just puts an axe in one of our heads? Though.
What? I mean, there's 6 of us, and we tangle with dragons now. I think we'll be all right.
We're all hurt.
It'll be fine.
Speak for
Which
yourself.
reminds me, if you want me to do some fixing, maybe we should get out of this place where there's a bunch of machines that can blow up on us.
Oh yeah. I'm also gonna poke my head in the head real quick and see what the situation in there is all about. So as soon as we get someplace safer, let's do that.
Yeah. Hey, Wolf, wanna come help me drag Sleeping Beauty upstairs?
Yeah, yeah, I can help you with that.
Because if I recall correctly, this fucker's like way taller than me.
Wolf
Oh,
I mean,
he's
that-
like fucking 7 feet tall.
Yeah.
Wolf recognizes that, definitely helps.
What race is he? Sort of.
He appears to be Kirali.
Oh, okay. Wow, Mika, I didn't know you were interested in Kirali.
I'd rather not blow him up.
Well, you called him a beauty.
Aha.
He's just gonna stare at Tomas. Why do you want that one?
Um, well, you see,
I'm listening.
our pact with the gods
Uh-huh.
will only last so long.
Uh-huh.
We'll behave, of course,
Uh-huh.
but wouldn't it be fun to have an ancient dragon like him on our side to fuck shit up?
He's a child of Tiamat.
I think it would be great. Can you imagine Ethos' face when that man just shows up to wreck his shit?
Do you understand how unhinged this man is? Probably.
Wow, pot.
I was about to say.
Tomas is gonna look at him, and Tomas can recognize Kirali, right?
Yeah.
Tomas is like, a follower of Kiral's not gonna be that awful.
He's a dragon. He can look however he wants, Tomas.
And he chooses to look like one of Kiral's.
Ooh.
Oh boy. Okay. Well.
Simp.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, honestly, having all three would have been great. But I think we can convince him easily.
I think we might have Badar. He's hit or miss. He's
think
about the
if we
same
promise
temperament as
him-
Eadras is. That's what her.
I think if we promise this guy a fun fight, he'll be in for it.
I think he will probably try and kill us, but you know, whatever you want to believe, Tomas.
Really good. He's like, I think you are a wonderful, beautiful,
Shut up.
persuasive person.
Shh. Shh. Shh.
I think you could charm the pants
Stop.
off anybody.
Stop. I know
Yeah?
what you're doing.
I don't know what you're talking about, my love.
Oh my gosh. Reese is just gonna walk over to Mika.
Mm-hmm.
Just go with Mika and Wolf.
Yes, haul his ass upstairs away from the temperamental machinery.
Reese can technically help with that now.
Oh, yay.
Yeah, Reese is jacked.
No, he's not.
He's got 14 strength. He's way stronger than your average human.
That's fair. He
Yeah,
does
that's a
have
good
14
point, yeah.
strength now.
He fucking lifts.
So the state of like the machinery right now, in terms of like their inner workings and
What we've done to him.
So the red system is completely empty.
okay.
The back, sorry, the tubes feeding into all three are cleared out, and it looks like blue and green are full at the moment, but have liquid in the reserves waiting to be processed still because there's nothing upstairs drawing the fluids away.
Okay. While they're carrying off the Kirali White Dragon, Reeves is going to make his way towards the Jester.
He just looks over in your direction as you're approaching.
Reeves just sort of gives him a once over, and then just say, so looks like the production of this facility is halted, but where is the source?
That remains to be seen, but I wouldn't worry too much about that yourselves. With Tiamat gone and her influence shattered, I should be able to suss that out and remove it myself.
All right. Well, I guess we're done here then. What happens to Clearhaven?
I suppose that remains to be unseen yet. We'll have to see what happens to the native inhabitants now that Tiamat's influence is gone. And there's no telling how many of her children sleep on this island somewhere, and how many of them are already awake thanks to her meddling. Let's just say it'll be some time yet before it is ready to resume its former duties.
Hmm.
Work will need to be done to make sure that this tank is no longer a threat to the people here or anywhere else. But you don't seem the types to have the luxury of spending the next few months doing cleanup work.
The luxury, no. The will, yes. But we're generally kept pretty busy.
Ah, the woes of adventurers. But while I appreciate the assistance, I'm sure your skills could be better used elsewhere.
Hmm.
Besides, I think it's better for you all not to linger too long.
Probably not. Um, have you personally been in contact with Brianna?
Only the fragment she entrusted to with me.
Okay. Um, well, if you see her again, um, um, let her know that we're doing what we can.
He coughs a bit, and you see more like sand fall. Not that he's falling apart anymore, but like some of it got caught on his clothing and his mask and is jostled a bit loose. I don't expect Ethos will permit that, but I appreciate the sentiment. She does as well.
Well, that's good to hear. All right. Well, um, are you planning to linger then?
For the time being, until we can have the order dispatched here to finish up the work.
All right. Well, looks like we have one more dragon to talk to, and I guess we'll make arrangements to get evacuated.
As you finish saying that, he just raises his hand in a gesture for a moment. Before you do,
Mm-hmm.
don't you find all of this just a little bit too convenient?
Can you repeat that?
Don't you just find this a little bit too convenient?
What do you mean?
The situation here. Think about all the forces in play on this island. You, I, Tiamat. Think of one thing they all have in common.
Um, we're all tied to Brianna in some way.
Loosely, but more about how we fit into the ongoing situation.
Reeves will just sort of cock his head at that. Um, um, well, I might have lost a bit too much blood, so um, my general quick on the uptake might be a little compromised. Are you able to speak plainly?
He just looks up towards the ceiling for a moment and says, "At least until we leave here, yes."
Well, let's have it.
I find it all too convenient that all of those he dispatched here and the problem itself all just happen to be some of the biggest nuisances in Ethos' side. I'm not entirely sure there was any intention for us to win.
Ah, I see.
We got lucky.
Well, I agree. I agree with you there. Um, um, you think you think his his hope, his plan in all this was for us to just kill each other off, or just I mean, when you put it that way, either way, he nets a win.
Exactly. Even though we came out on top, I'm not exactly sure how much more this body can take. Even warded as it is, mortal flesh isn't designed to channel divine energy.
Yeah, you're one of the old people, aren't you? Of the old world, the ones with the limiters.
A long time ago, yes. Now I'm only a copy of a copy.
Oh. Hmm.
You lose a bit of yourself in the transfer process each time, until there's no left. Tattered rags of what your soul once was.
Is is that how the remaining members of Precipice have kept themselves going?
Yes.
Oh, well, I guess it wouldn't make sense for normal civilians just to be granted immortality just because the material plane went up in smoke. But wow, I didn't know that.
People were more creative than the gods gave them credit for.
So, since you're speaking plainly with us, what do you want? Like, um, if you were really um completely on Ethos's side, though, looking at his friends, I'm willing to bet he has at least some bit of leverage over each of them.
To put it plain, I want the same I've always wanted. Put an end to all this.
And what does that look like to you?
Making sure the threat of the demon host is dealt with once and for all, and that the gods no longer meddle directly in our affairs.
Um, quick pause. Um, from what we know about Precipice
Mm-hmm.
and their interaction with like summoning demons and etc.,
Mm-hmm.
does this line up with what we know?
His goals do not sound like Precipice's goals.
Okay. Um, weren't you the head of Precipice, at least at some point?
For roughly the last millennia, yes.
Your goals seem a bit fragmented.
My goals are not Precipice's goals. I was not the one that founded the group, merely the one that found a better use for it.
I see. So you were mostly using them?
I gave them a better purpose than the one they originally sought to have.
I see.
Just like now, things were being shuffled around to be ever so convenient. Didn't you wonder Time and time again, you clashed with the organization that almost ended the world, and every time came out on.
Well, now that you mention it, I'm guessing that's not solely due to our prowess.
You're certainly skilled, but even the greatest heroes need time and experience to grow. The situation has to be just right. Give them the momentum they need.
I believe that was mentioned at some point to us, but
Just be aware all of you guys can also hear this conversation. He's not just whispering to Reeves.
Yeah. Lana piped in a little bit there when she thought it was
Mm-hmm.
something she had to add.
all right. So mm, what I don't understand is isn't Ethos's endgame the same, or is there something else he's working on?
It's
People
very
have been,
much what I'd need to know.
yeah, people have been speculating he's kind of playing his own game. Like, he's got a reason for him being the one that wants to handle the demon host. It looks like.
That's my view of the situation as well. If his solution was just to deal with the demon host and get this resolved as quickly as possible, there was no harm. Brianna and your efforts continue unabated.
Yeah, that's what I don't get. We both
But
want the same. We both want the same thing.
yeah, he definitely ended up baiting us there in the middle there.
And now I'm curious why he is so keen to get rid of us. Why are people that just want to save?
Matt, you kind of cut out there for me.
Sorry, I keep forgetting that my voice settings are lower. Why does he keep? Why does he think that people trying to save the world are such a threat to him? So much so that he would risk handing over fragments of Brianna to Tiamat in the process. As I said before, we were extraordinarily lucky. She was far weaker even than our estimations. It seems that unlike the gods that resided in the heavens, mortal-bound gods such as her were starved out far more by the lack of worship for a millennium.
Is it possible Ethos wants something from the demon host?
Seems to be what we're getting at.
Or at the very least, the demon host is a convenient tool for one of his other ends. Based off what I've seen thus far, I don't doubt that he will eventually destroy it.
What could he possibly need it for?
That's
A
very
whole lot
much
of
what I'd like to.
sorry. That's a whole lot of power baked inside whatever is in that demon host. If he found a way to harness it in some way, that could get pretty scary.
Well, isn't that the point, Lana? A whole lot of power.
And not as many people
Maybe.
to share it with.
Maybe someone wants to be top dog at the end of all of this.
And right now, Brianna and Xyces at least stand in his way.
Isn't he technically already there?
But he's got to share it. Brianna and Xyces are just as much as equal.
Yes, based off the knowledge Brianna provided to me, they're in a bit of a deadlock, based off the deal they made at the beginning of time.
So what is
And
he?
even since then, Ethos's power has been parceled out over the other gods. Selwes, Reindrake, countless other minor deities. Power of creation and control over the mortal races is no longer in his hands.
But if they all go back behind the gate, then he can get that power back.
Maybe he doesn't want to go back behind the gate.
Or at the very least, he wants to make sure he's more whole than he was by the time he was.
If Ethos is the one that's been fucking with the Weave of Fate, I'm gonna be very, very upset.
Yeah, Xyces did tell us to look into that, and then it kind of took a little bit of a back seat, what with the entire world being on fire and everything.
We also don't have any leads on it.
Not
Well,
yet.
well, central question: who benefits the most from fucking up the Weave of Fate, or messing up the Weave of Fate? Reaps doesn't swear.
Whoever wants the most power, probably. Whoever has something to hide. If Ethos is
Whoever
doing
wants
something,
to change something they normally couldn't.
yeah.
Like a whole boatload of demonic power, or a whole bunch of fancy deities. Uh,
It's probably all just power to him.
Yes. As far as we know, there's at least one demigod trapped within the demon host. As to what end they would use his power towards, I couldn't tell you, or even if that is their goal. But I do intend to find out.
what's one is in there? By the
Rouse?
way, no, I thought Rouse was. I thought that
It's a
was Ever.
fragment of Rouse, his son.
Rainer.
Yep,
Ah.
Rainer.
Rainer. How much freedom of movement do you actually have?
Less than the others, loyal to Ethos, but things will be escalating shortly and his vision will be occupied.
I mean, when things will be escalating.
Don't like that.
How in
I've
lockstep are the others?
as lockstep as gods can be. They all have their own ambitions still, but they know better than to step out of line after what happened to
Eber.
Let's back up a little bit. You said things would be escalating soon. What's that mean?
It means progress is being made on tracking down the demon host and pulling him back here to be dealt with.
Oh, well, that would have been nice to know.
It would have been, wouldn't it?
You wouldn't happen to have any information regarding that, would you?
Not yet. But based on the way things have been going, I expect in the next month or two, I'll start seeing things pick up.
Oh
And
boy.
you see him shift for a moment and catch himself on the table as he coughs again.
I'm
I'm
guessing.
not sure how much longer I have, but assuming I can make it through until then, I'll send word if I'm able to find anything.
I'm guessing nothing I can patch up will help you out.
It's not an affliction of the body.
Right.
Yeah, well, if you ever need to find us, you know where to find us. Or I guess you don't. We're kind of on the move. That's kind of the whole point. I'm sure you'll figure it out.
He knows how to
There
get in
are
touch with.
ways to be in touch.
Yeah, he knows how to get in touch with Nara.
Right, yeah.
All right. Well, we appreciate anything you can dig up. I'm sorry. This wasn't how I was expecting this mission to go.
Yeah, no, y- y- all the way back in the forest. You kind of gave me the heebie-jeebies, but you ended up being a pretty cool guy. Do you have like an actual name? I don't think we know it, or if we did, I missed it.
You just see him swipe his hand across the face, and it swaps from a smile to a frown. And he says, "Oh, and I had such hope for you."
What's that mean?
Tomas is just gonna start laughing.
What's that mean? I don't get. Is that it? Are we having a laugh at Lana's expense again?
It doesn't take much to be a village fool, but what greater title could one have than to be the fool of the gods? I have no name worth remembering, dear.
Well,
Just a
we
sad
appre-
man that thought he could help.
all right.
well, you certainly helped me.
I'd say you helped all of us out a pretty good amount. So thank you for that, Jester.
He just
That's
gives you
weird.
a courteous bow.
I forgive you for almost disemboweling me, since you took care of my mother.
Well, we all have to put on shows sometimes.
Of course.
Can you show me how to do that really cool thing you did with the swords? Cause like that was like really cool and like
How many decades do you have?
uh like 7 or 8 probably.
Then perhaps if situations were better. But alas, I don't think I'd live through to the completion of that training.
It's a bummer. It's a really cool thing with just the floating. Anyway, anyway, yeah, don't worry about it. You got stuff to do. Yeah.
We'll be in touch.
Mhm.
I very
Or,
much hope so.
or I guess you'll be in touch with us. But hope to hear from you soon.
For what it's worth, I think you made a difference.
Yeah. If you ever need anything from us, feel free to holler and we'll come running.
His eyes linger on you for a second, Reese, before he turns away and just once again gives you all a sweeping bow and says, "I'll keep that in mind. It sounds like we all have quite a bit of work to do. I won't keep you any longer."
Try not to die before the big finale. It'd be a shame.
A shame, but a fitting one. And he pops off his mask and with a salute just drops backwards into his shadow and dissipates.
No, really, guys.
Man,
Hey,
that's
no,
so cool.
what did he mean by the whole high hopes thing? Because I'm still kind of hung up on that one.
Everybody being, we were all laughing, but we don't really know.
Yeah.
Insight,
Yeah.
insight check to divine his meaning.
Tomas,
Nope.
Yeah.
Tomas will look at Lana and be like, "You still have innocence about you, Lana. You're sweet and you're good. A man like that doesn't have his identity anymore. He's not who he was long ago when he had a name. He's his title now."
Fair enough. I just figured if there was one thing that, I don't know what it's like to live for 1,000 years and do the whole body hopping thing. So who am I to say? We should get out of here. Kind of smells.
Yeah. Hey, let's get this guy upstairs and have a talk with him. Hopefully he doesn't clock me in the face.
Oh, it's
Be
fine.
nice,
I'll
Karen.
we should probably just leave the facility altogether, find a different spot. The upstairs is probably leaking chemicals.
I
Just to put
don't
that out
want
there.
him to wake up while we're carrying him.
I mean, we can just wake him up here. Anybody got anything to do that with?
I mean,
Like some smelling
Here,
salts?
here. Reese goes to like smack his face.
Nah, I don't know about that one.
Where
That
are
might
you doing
trigger
this?
I don't know. Are we still downstairs? Mika,
Yeah.
Wolf?
Yeah.
You're still downstairs. Had you dragged him close to the stairs, or did Reese walk over to it?
say I thought Mika and Mika's waiting on help to haul his ass because he's too short to do it.
I thought Mika and Wolf were doing that while
Yeah.
the conversation was happening.
That's what I thought was gonna be going on, but
So let's just say we move him to the stairs.
yeah.
Yeah, we got to
Or
about
close
the
to them.
stairs.
All right. So Reese walks over, and you said you just slapped him to wake him up.
No, I'm gonna gently smack his face. I'm not gonna just like back. Just kind of like gently smack. Like,
All right.
hey.
So you give him a couple taps on the cheek, and eventually you see his face rustling out round a bit as his eyes like search around to try to figure out what's going on. Roll me a reflex saving throw.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
knew
sounds
it.
about right.
Yep.
I knew it. Damn it. That's
Pretty
not
good.
bad. That's not bad.
Let's see.
Don't hurt me, please.
Let's see which of Mika's reflexes kick in.
So, you see his hand move up towards your shoulder, and you're like, I don't like that. And as you step back, you turn your eyes towards his hand for a moment, and you just catch out of the corner of his eye his fucking giant body like pivoting up, and he cracks you in like the cheekbone with his forehead.
Oh. Ow! Stop!
And he's just fucking laughing as he gets up. He's like, "Wow, we still doing this?"
No, we're not.
Starts
Stop that.
laughing.
Chill.
Reese, you take 15 points of bludgeoning damage.
Holy
Ow.
shit!
Ow.
Cracked him. Damn.
Oh,
Hey Matt,
oh.
could Tomas quickly cast Enlarge Companion on Maya and send her over to him?
You can.
I would like to do that.
All right.
Are you giving him a big comfort animal?
Of the sorts. A child
Alright.
of Kiral with somebody who takes the form of a child of Kiral.
All right. So you just how are you having Maya go over?
He'll have Maya go like slowly and cautiously just to wait to see if he like lashes out, and if he doesn't, he's gonna give like Maya the command to like stand and put her paws on his shoulders.
First of all, I need somebody to give me a diplomacy check to calm this man down.
Hi.
'Cause he's battle horny.
Oh.
I could try.
Did you
but-
just say battle horny?
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just making
There we go.
42. No, 40. Flat 40. My bad.
All right. So, as he's getting up and you see his hand reach out to start forming one of the axes, he sees everybody backing down, and not seeing anybody squaring up for a fight, you see him kind of like droop a bit, and it just drops into like a hunk of ice on the ground next to him.
Aw,
Sorry.
Oh,
I'm sorry. We just got beat to shit by Tiamat. We're a little.
Jumpy.
I
Yeah, Mom knows
appreciate-
how to rough house.
I appreciate your gusto.
Speaking of that, where is Mom? Called me all the way out here for something. Just kind of shrugs after his
Wait,
brain
so-
trails off.
Oh, hang on. You remember everything that happened? Like crashing in, the tussle, Tiamat being over there.
Nearly leaving me.
Vaguely.
So.
I remember Mom calling me out here. I remember fighting someone.
Us.
That was us.
Oh my god, he's so dumb.
Shh.
You see him like blink for a bit and like rest his head in his hands.
That's
and
out of
like, "Oh, it
character."
feels like I'm fucking
Oh,
hungover."
okay. So mom, was controlling you. She has gone away for a bit.
Deception check.
She has the.
That's a very nice way to put it.
I mean,
Deception check. God damn
I mean, I'm taking it more as Reese putting it more into simple terms.
it. 37. That's what I was trying for. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's the same check either way, though. with
It
me.
is 37.
All right.
That terrifies me that I just rolled a natural 7.
Legendary baby.
Yep. Um. But my companions know that you really enjoy fighting, right?
You got a good punch on ya.
Yeah, does one of them want to scrap? He just raises his arms out like, "Come on, yeah."
Maybe you know what?
Maybe
Actually,
not
tomorrow
today.
I'm super down.
We were wondering if maybe you would be interested in getting into lots of fights with us.
Alongside us. Alongside.
Alongside us.
Yes.
He about to say something and then he clarifies. He goes, "Okay."
I mean, I'm super down to spar sometime. Like you're really strong and you're a worthy opponent. I'd learn a lot.
All right. If you are trying to recruit the fucking ancient white dragon, I need a diplomacy check.
Tomas is gonna quickly shout at Reese before they do that. He's like, Reese, don't
What?
forget to mention Kira, our really good friend.
Right. So, what do you want me to say? Why don't you just say he's right here?
Listen, I didn't have a moment to interject. Tomas will look at them. He's a very, very large Kiraldi, and Tomas is very tiny, isn't he?
Yeah, this man's like
Yeah.
7 foot tall.
Tomas is going to look up at him. He's like, not only would you be getting into a lot of fun fights with some, might I say, very challenging opponents. Dragons, kind of something that we have fought at the top of our list. Things that are even more challenging than a dragon have appeared. But not only that, I know dragons choose their form, and you choose to look like a child of Kira, and I would have you know that we are on his side, and he has shown himself to us before. Maya here herself has been blessed by Kira, and so if that may sway your opinion of us, so be it.
All right. Reese, roll me a diplomacy check. Tomas, roll
Cool.
me a diplomacy check to aid.
Oof, I'm gonna hero point that. So 33.
Okay.
Wait, did Tomas
And
roll a
you
better
see his
diplomacy check?
unfortunately, yes.
Oh,
Uh,
Don't I have something for performance checks where I roll like another d20 and it gives me a boost?
oh, yes, you can roll a second performance check to boost yourself if you're doing a long form conversation like this.
Cool. I'm gonna do that real quick then. Jesus. fucking
There we
Christ.
go.
That's just a helping roll though.
All right. He seems to be real excited at the idea of fighting alongside Keyroll.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of eyes Tomas for a bit, and then looks over at Maya. Just giant cat. He just goes and Maya was approaching him already, right?
Mhm.
He just kind of squats down and stares into her eyes. And she just kind of stares back with that like giant-eyed cat face. It's like,
Fucking doing the Puss in Boots face to him.
Let's
It's more that Maya is staring into infinity.
Maya sees and knows all.
Fuck yeah, Maya. The real hero of this campaign.
Definitely have some interesting companions. So I think I've seen your type before, every now and then. How much of it is fighting and how much of it is doing this talky stuff we're doing now?
A lot
We'll
more
be
of it is
sh-
fighting than you think.
Yeah, we'll be sure that we only take you on the more combat oriented things.
We usually let Reese do the talky bits, anyways.
Yeah, that's my job. Besides, you may get a chance to fight Wolf over here. He's a good fight.
He just kind of grins at that, and you see these large, sharp canines just grinning at you, Wolf.
Oh, it's funny you say that because Wolf's doing the same thing.
Of course he is.
And I hope you know it's very awkward for all of you.
Just
Okay.
don't break the observatory.
Oh gods, they're made for each other.
I think the word for it is mutually beneficial. I like the sound of that.
Precisely.
Unless you might get to punch a god or two.
I'll tell you what, if you send word my way, if it sounds interesting enough, maybe I'll show up. No promises.
Sounds good to me.
He just like stands up for a moment and like after like scritching Maya's cheeks, looks over in your direction for a bit. Reese and kind of sniffs at the air for a bit and says, "Ah, so that's how it is." Well, you got anything else for me?
No, you're free to go.
Cool, I'm gonna go find something to nurse this fucking headache. Well, good talking to you, brother.
Real quick,
Good talking to you, brother.
before you go, if you're
Yeah.
looking for a place to stay, there's a half-built city in the Elven lands that happens to be under both Phelan and Kirill's protection. If you're interested.
Reese is giving
Phelan,
Tomas
huh?
the most incredulous look.
Nah, that sounds like some Tala shit. I don't feel like putting up with her right now.
Fair.
Well, brother, I appreciate you and your friends willing to sign up for a good fight. Who knows? Maybe by next time you'll toughen up a bit enough that you can spar in the ring for me too. And he just fucking headbutts you in the face again before leaving.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Ah, fuck. God.
I want to get headbutted.
He just
Ah,
laughs as he fucking walks up the stairs.
dickhead. Oh, God.
Oh, I'm
Tomas
jealous.
just laughs.
Is it bad that I like him the most?
No, that's pretty reasonable.
He's my
Ow.
favorite.
He's pretty big, big brother energy. Yeah.
He's a foot taller than me.
Sorry, he specifically calls you little brother.
Oh.
You're not sure if you're actually older than him or not.
Wait. Quick out of character. So all those people we just attempted to beat up are Vit's siblings.
Yes.
Yep.
Reese's, yeah.
Your family is wild.
I hate it here. This family's a nightmare.
Well, then
Reese resetting his fucking nose.
then let us leave.
Yep. Up, out. Patchy.
How much damage did I take that time?
Uh,
Oh shit, is Reese getting used to it? Less damage?
That one was 13.
13.
Slightly less.
Cool.
A
Cool.
headbutt that could knock a normal man unconscious.
It's just like, God.
Well, hey, Reese, look up.
Congratulations.
Oh. I hope you appreciate that, Tomas.
Oh, I do. Oh, I love
God. Yeah, you fucking would. I'm leaving. I'm so fucking tired of this family.
Ross is gonna follow after Reese, just chattering about how much does he think Torsat would help them murder.
Lana's gonna follow behind and is gonna be kind of like doing the meow meow. You can spar with Wolf. What am I, chopped liver? She's gonna be going like that.
You can spar with him too. I don't care. I just don't want to get headbutted again. Ow.
Look on the bright side, Reese. Back when we started this adventure, if Wolf did that to you, you'd probably be out cold.
That doesn't help.
I'm just saying you've come a long way.
Oh boy. I've gotten used to being in horrific amounts of pain.
Yeah, well, you know what they say: what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, or leaves you with terrible mental scars that'll never recover from. But you know, it's one or the other, and
Mhm.
and I think it's the former.
I don't.
Well,
Thanks, Lana.
that's open to interpretation. I think it's the former. Looking at where you are now.
Okay. How are we getting home?
Don't
Call
you have
mom, I
the
guess.
thingy?
The
Oh,
same way we
fuck.
always go home, Pinky.
That's right. I'm sorry. He almost concussed me. So Reese will call Nara. Let's
So,
call her
wha-
mom.
While they're waiting for Nard to show up, Lana's just gonna have a seat and just jump into her brain real quick to make sure that Tiamat is gone.
Yep. Inside you find Shen and Sarah both greeting you as you approach the temple grounds. And outside you can see that the sky has cleared into a normal sunny day. And Sarah gives you a big wave and says, I don't know what you guys did out there, but maybe like 10, 15 minutes back, everything started getting real pretty out here again.
The thing that was causing that is gone. For the next couple of decades to centuries, we don't really know, but not a problem anymore, and I think that's a win. Thanks for your help, by the way, Sarah. I really appreciate that. That was awesome. I can't believe we finally did it.
I know, I can't believe I finally got to meet some of your friends.
Yeah, it's great. Uh, we'll be able to channel like a whole bunch more. God, so much more room for activities.
Oh my god.
Oh
There's 2 of
my
them.
god, Kevin.
Oh no.
But yeah, and it looks like banishing Tiamat has gotten rid of her influence on your brains.
Sweet.
After gushing with Sarah, Lana will exit the brain pan and let everybody know.
Oh, is it possible for me to talk to Eadras
Yes.
as we're walking?
He is still in familiar form in one of your sleeves.
Hey, Eadras?
Yes.
Was that a good idea?
It wouldn't be the first time you did it. To be honest, if I didn't know me, I'd say doing it to me was a bad idea. So what do I know?
I think I'm concussed.
Yes, he does that.
Mm.
The one I'd
Thanks.
be worried about the most is Badar.
Yeah, he seems
We'll
like a
see how much
shifty.
of that was Mother, how much of that was him.
Yeah. Cool.
Let's just say he wasn't the strongest of our siblings, but he was among the most cunning.
Oh, god damn it.
Then again, so was I. And then he preens himself.
Okay. Oh, how the mighty
Alright.
have fallen.
I personally
Hey.
just love the idea of Reese like reconnecting with his siblings and them mutually bonding together over how shitty their mother was, and then like and then like forging like a bond that goes forward.
Matt,
That would be
What's up?
amazing.
can Lana's cloud jumps be Sarah popping up to help her?
Yeah, you can fucking Final Fantasy Advent Children it, sure.
Hell yeah!
God.
Just people fucking throwing you upwards.
I was thinking like it would be like an after image like boost jump. It's like,
Yeah, sure.
oh,
However you want to flavor it.
yeah.
Alright. So, does anybody have any more fun activities they want to perform before I delete these fucking maps so they can stop duplicating tokens?
Delete away, Sir Matthew.
Delete away.
Lead away.
Alright, and back to the observatory we go. So, you guys wrap up your work inside Clearhaven once again, with word from the jester that he will be looking into things further, both to clean up Clearhaven and to see if he can get any information on why not Eadras, Ethos is being a sussy baka.
Sussy baka.
But for now, you're fucking exhausted. Reese, your face hurts.
Oh,
It's a
God.
good time. It's a good time to head back and just get some fucking rest, man.
Yeah.
So, after a while, you guys are picked back up by the observatory. Um, you see a couple people milling around the entrance to make sure that you all are okay. Amongst them is you see Reeves. You see Cedar's troop milling around the back. Also in attendance is Nicandros, who's talking to Shino. Shino departs shortly after you guys arrive, before any of you can talk to him. Lynn is there as well, and as is Amove and Cornelius. And they all seem to be relieved that you guys all made it back. Everybody else, there also seems to be a shield bearer who is discussing who is hanging out by themselves in the back of the room, but they also depart shortly after everybody else arrives. Um, Lana, you recognize that as Argith, who seems to let a heavy sigh that you all made it back safe and sound, but doesn't want to bother anybody with the fun mind fuck of her existence.
Lana will just kind of go knowing little wave. Just otherwise, just not really kick up too much shit.
But yes, you guys are back at the observatory. Who wants to know how much fucking money you guys were able to loot
Pay us,
from...
Matt. Pay us, Matt.
Alright, let's find this number.
Hey, the
Such solid-
Redeemers.
Pay us, Matt.
Are we even really
So-
redeemers anymore?
Yes.
Yes.
Looters and redeemers, that's fine.
We redeem. We will redeem the loot for goods and services.
Yeah, we will
Cool.
redeem these coupons.
Oh.
Money can be exchanged for goods.
You guys just got to level 15, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Each of you add 2,250 gold to your inventories.
2,250. Hell yeah.
Money, money, money,
bags.
money, 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 motherfucker.
Jesus.
Money on my motherfucking mind.
Oh yes, I also forgot to give you guys tokens. Sweet, sweet item tokens.
Oh boy, we might need to do that like next session or something.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot to think about.
Yep, because feel free to think about that before you guys actually depart on your missions, but that is going to be 3 level 15 items and 3 level 16 items.
Oh.
I do already know I was going to ask for a level 16 one.
Oh,
Oh, is it weapon room time again?
And I
Is it
need it
weapon?
It is, and I need it for my full build that I have planned.
Oh, is that what you're talking about? I thought you were talking about items. Okay.
Yeah, it's you guys. It's the free items you guys get each level.
Right.
So feel free to think about that, and if you had any ideas, pull up a list. We will handle that with shopping. So let's take a quick 5-ish minute break here. Now that everybody is wrapped up with the mission, and we will resume at 10:15.
How dare you make me like one of Reese's siblings?
Hey, I try. I like making weirdo NPCs.
I kind of
He's
like
got to figure out
Badar
a good voice
too.
for him.
Badar's just a
Badar,
shifty bitch.
Badar is also a sussy baka, but he's also like, why am I on the floor with this dipshit with his hands around my throat?
I like Tala. She's like, I want to fucking go home. Fuck this.
I
I
fucking
think that
hate
was the
this.
best. I think that was like the best natural 20 I've ever rolled.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Tala being like, so what would you do if we let you go? Go home, fuck this.
She's a fucking mood. Same, bitch, same. Meanwhile, Torsat, Reese wakes him up very gently and he looks Reese straight in the eyes and then fucking headbutts him.
He's like, oh, we fighting still? I don't remember why I'm here, but I remember I was fighting. That's a good day. No, they're fun.
I woke up and chose violence today. That's everyday Torset. Yeah, and
Do you warn Nara ahead of time that you have an extra person with you?
we have an
Molt?
extra person with us.
Yes.
Oh, Molt.
I will. Reese would take Molt out of his sleeves before entering the observatory and be like, "We have a spare."
Do you tell her when you call her to pick you up?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes. He's gonna be like, Nara. So we have a new member. They are very small.
Heavy sigh.
I'm sorry.
Nara's home for imaginary friends.
Oh my god.
Nara's home for wayward children
Exactly.
and knights.
And Reese will show Nara Molt as soon as they get there.
I see.
Reese mouthing
I'm-
over Molt's head. He's very stupid.
Molt has like his tongue hanging out.
Yeah.
right in. Nara just fucking obliterating everybody that lives in her tower. Did you hear her response?
Yeah.
God, I love her.
It's like, you really need to stop bringing these home.
At least you didn't bring Torsat home. She would have fucking told you to fuck off.
No, but I want.
Reese will also, once they're in the observatory, Reese will be like, also I may have slightly befriended a couple of evil dragons. We'll be in touch.
Are they-
Evil
are-
is a bit much, love.
They're evil.
Are they?
They're misguided.
For now, they're capable of being. We might be able to reform them, but for now, they're definitely a little bit evil.
Misguided.
I mean, all Torstat one was a good fight, and that's Wolf basically most of the
That's
time.
I mean, Torsat is also the kind of evil that he's like, yo, let's fucking duel. And they're like, I don't want to. He's like, tough shit, let's duel.
Oh, fair enough.
Misguided.
Reese is just over here like, are you trying to like excuse Tiamat's children?
I don't know. You seemed fine with us reviving them.
Yeah, we excuse you.
I
all the
wanted to
time.
give them another chance. I still acknowledge that they're evil.
Evil can change. There's alignment shifts. It's fine.
It's fine. Eadras is less evil.
They need monitoring to make sure they're doing their jobs right. Oh, I'm gonna get a fucking oatmeal cream pie.
Jealous.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, Sam, have you read the fucking inside of the comic?
I haven't yet.
The
kinda
foreword
forgot I
and the
had it.
fucking like inside quote are very adorable, and I appreciate AC Stewart.
Oh, That inside comment is cute.
What are dinosaur boots?
I will read that more after I actually get food.
Yeah. They're boots that dinosaur. Are boots made of dinosaur? Your choice.
Once per day, you grow, getting the effects of enlarge for 1 minute. During that time, you gain dinosaur features. Your legs and feet transform into a dinosaur's. You gain a foot unarmed attack that has the same statistics as your fist unarmed attack, except its damage die is increased from 1d4 to
What?
1d6.
You
Whoa.
become scaly.
Whoa, slow down. Does that? No, it specifically says 1d4.
It gives a
to
specific
1d6.
size, yeah.
Yeah, it gives specific size. That would have been hilarious.
We're not Pathfinder 1A.
Yeah, we don't go.
Jesus Christ.
Once during the duration, you can use the trample 3-day activity to trample creatures one size smaller than you. Or smaller. This deals an amount of damage to each creature equal to that of your foot unarmed attack. It's so dumb.
It's
Yeah.
so dumb. I'm here for it.
Playing Kingmaker reminded me how fucking scary Pathfinder builds were.
So should we be looking at items now?
Yeah, if you wanna do shopping stuff, this is pretty loose for the rest of the session.
Yeah,
Mm.
I might wait because my brain can't handle the idea of shopping right now. I'm already kind of falling out a little bit. So
Yeah, we can do the discussion about missions if you guys want to talk about that, and then anybody that wants to stick around, we can do shopping. But that'll be in a few minutes.
Yeah, I am trying to hobble my way downstairs so I can actually get dinner, so this might take me a moment.
That is fine. Take all the time you need. Kevin, you'll both appreciate and be disgusted by this.
okay.
It is a common Pathfinder 1E gimmick for every single frontline tank, no matter what class they are, to dip one level into monk so they can get a specific monk stance.
Oh, hilarious.
So my fucking full knight, full plate tower and shield fucking frontline tank in Kingmaker is always in a crane strike stance with a fucking shield and bastard sword because it makes them
Yeah.
better at fighting defensively.
Yeah, it sounds great.
Game's so fucking stupid. But how do you guys like the Jester?
He's interesting.
I like
Okay.
him. I like him. I like that he's shifted towards like, yeah, I find my immediate master to be fucking sus as all fuck.
Did you also
Truce?
appreciate him being like, wasn't it pretty fucking funny how the world-ending cult kind of would just conveniently became stepping stones for the upcoming adventurers? I wonder who did that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Until some dipshit that now is my manager fucked that up.
Is that where he was getting with that?
Yeah.
He was spoon feeding us EXP.
Okay, I got that was what he
Cute.
was implying, but I didn't catch
Mhm.
that
Well,
he did it implication.
Spoon feeding us EXP, but also having us take care of issues.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Just
almost like he has a lot of experience pitting things that are inconvenient at each other.
looking at items, and I just realized that I've actually had something I could have done with my boots every single fight and never did.
What's that?
I can use the boots to gain quicken for 1 minute.
Oh, that's pretty
That'll
good.
do it.
I did not realize I had that. I just was
Yeah,
using it for the
definitely
speed
useful for
bonus.
getting into combat because I think the quickened is only for
Stride,
movement,
climb,
I
or
would assume.
swim. Yes.
Yep, some movement.
So none of the worn items are jumping out at me.
So you're talking about tokens for. I'm sorry. For what are we looking at items for? Are these the temp
I
items you're talking about, or?
No, these are the permanent sort of upgrade items that we get.
Oh,
The item vouchers.
gotcha. That's
so-
why she mentioned
I
points. Okay.
this is gonna sound bad, but I wouldn't mind upgrading my weapon with one of those 16 slots since it's hard for me to hit.
I also would not. I also would not mind upgrading my weapon with.
Yeah, same. Those are gonna be in high demand.
Yeah, I kind of would really like that upgrade because it lets me put the final rune for my build on my bow.
Is that your third rune, Sam?
Mhm.
You need to get +3 before you can do that.
That's what she's talking
That's
about.
what it is. The 16
Okay.
is the +3,
Okay.
and it lets me finish my elemental bow that I've been
Gotcha.
planning for.
So I guess we're all fighting for weapon upgrade slots.
I mean, it's the free real estate, you know.
I'm
Yeah.
not. You don't have to worry about me on those.
It's I wouldn't be as eager for it, but my weapon also upgrades my violin.
Yeah.
That
I've been
sweet performance upgrade.
Yeah, I've also been
Mm.
taking lower level items lately so that I could ask for this one.
Well, I definitely vote for Sam getting one at least.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
I think that's fine, though.
And then the rest of us can play rollies for it.
Or we can talk about it because I don't know. I would unless Mika or Wolf have theirs already, I would rather people on the front line to have theirs.
I was gonna like one of the level. I mean, the next rune I need is a level 14 armor rune, so I was gonna grab a whatever lowest level thing was left.
Level 15 is the lower level.
Yeah, I mean, but the freaking greater resilient
Mm-hmm.
rune is 14, so I mean,
Yeah, if
Someone
you want to use one of
say-
the 15s for that, you could.
say I have
Someone
no
say more damage.
say no items jump out at me, and I
Easier
don't
to
have
hit.
any plans for
It's
my
a
weapons.
It's a +1 to hit and the third rune slot for your weapon.
What's even on my weapon?
I do see the benefit of the front line also having it, but I feel like rollies would also be fair. But I'm just gonna sit back and let you guys figure that out.
I mean, if it's gonna be a whole thing, I'll just wait.
Yeah,
I
I'm gonna
don't
need you to
wanna.
back off my upgrades. All right. Or I'll snap your
What?
bow in two. All right.
You leave my bow alone, sir.
You can have an upgrade.
There's
What
3 of each,
Take
sir.
them all.
what I meant by frontline was more people who primarily attack with their weapons. So
Isn't that-
Sam, you're included.
Yeah,
What?
no, I know, but that
Sephi,
just
don't
also
you
kind of.
frontline a fuck ton? Technically,
Hmm. Me?
Sephi.
Oh, Sephi.
What?
No, we like use weapons. Yeah.
You use weapons, so I would want people who regularly who whose weapons are their main form of like interacting with the combat encounter to uh
My
to have priority.
my only like disagreement with that is that honestly just leaves out Vit from getting a higher upgrade because they're the only one who doesn't really.
Well, even then, like my performance checks are going to become more important because that's what's going to let me use my performance in dragon form.
Hey Sam.
That's my upgrade that I got that I didn't get to use.
Hey Sam.
Yeah.
It's a fucking dragon.
Yes.
Leave me alone.
I don't even know what we're talking about anymore. So.
You can
Wolf-
use me as a launching pad, Wolf.
Can I use you
You can run up my back and
as
jump
a
on enemies.
joyride? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think you're. Well, I guess
that's-
technically Moonfang is sentient and can go into
That's-
ranged form from Reese's
Vit,
back.
I like that. We should try that. You can run up my back and you can kill them all. Wolf, just do it. Come on over, Wolf.
I don't know.
It's free real estate.
I don't know. This is like the next available step for the weapons. So I just arguing that they have larger impact on other people.
Okay, let's put it this way. We have one person that already wants a minor rune. Does anybody else want a minor rune? Minor rune being the 15th level item slot. Mika's going to use it to upgrade their armor.
Yeah, I'm looking right now.
Ain't crazy how much they've improved this website over time.
Yeah, and as they start expanding on it too.
I don't know. I'm not sure. Wolf feels kind of super strong now, so I'll kind of let other people do their thing.
All right.
Wolf is super
So
swole.
let's do this. While people think on that, and if anybody's looking at items, I'll give you guys time to do that. Let's take this moment now to have a quick round table about the missions that are available to you all.
Mm.
Has everybody looked over the mission list? If not, we can do a brief overview.
I looked over it briefly.
A little bit,
Yeah.
yeah.
I started to and never got past the point that I told you I got past the other night.
All right, cool. So you read the one that isn't selectable.
I
So
I definitely read the one that I thought I would be good at.
Number 6?
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured.
So there are 5 missions available. Mission 1 is currently locked and unavailable. That is Inconvenient Truths, the mission that the Jester is going to try to get back to you guys with, assuming he doesn't get fucking yeeted. Alright. Then there are 5 more. The first one is Lost and Forgotten, a Nicandros and Shaw mission where you guys would be tracking down a potentially another precipice hideout that wasn't on any of the reports by the Bressian intelligence um, that were previously made aware to you all. So that would be a survival, exploration, stealth, occultism, combat mission. So trying to track that down and dealing with whatever's inside, seeing if you guys can get any information. Follow the runes. That one is the one that's been up there for a bit, trying to find out what artifact is kicking off magical energy. Why am I doing this not in character voice? So we'll resume this as you guys are sitting around the info list with Nara as she's going over the information. So based on the reports that we've gotten back from the scouts we sent out there, we have a good idea why. We can't get a reading on it. Looks like whatever it is, it's kicking up some sort of demi-plane that it's projecting onto the physical realm. We didn't want to risk losing anybody to it due to the shifting nature. It was possible that anybody we sent in to scout would get trapped in there for an unknown amount of time, so we deemed it better to observe and scan it from the outside. Aside from the fact that it's projecting and shifting onto the natural plane, it's difficult to discern the nature of the obstacles and threats that would be within it. It appears stable for the time being, so there aren't any immediate threats that will destabilize, but it's certainly an oddity. And if I look over this here, the request from Cornelius is still in place, and considering the information that was provided to us, if we want to start acting against the Silver Order based off the unusual activity of Ethos, this might be a good first step. Cornelius learned that while they do have an account in the vault underneath Cindergate, the Stormforged aren't exactly willing or able to let us in without physical and verbal keys of the account owner. If anybody has it, it's probably one of the Embermains. If they don't have it, nobody's getting into that vault. I'm leaning towards the former, though, considering that we've been picking up Silver Order scouts in proximity to the entrance you all used to get into the vaults in the first place. If they find a way to get in there, well, The Stormforged aren't exactly keen to keep account holders out of their vaults. Could only be a matter of time until they access what's inside.
Since I've got that
Uh,
the one who took Reindrick with them, they might try to use that to bludgeon their way through too.
what was that?
If the Silver Order are trying to get into the vaults, like since they've got the one who took Raindrake's divinity with them,
Mm-hmm.
there's a solid chance they'd be able to finagle some way in.
Yes, if not the vault under Syndicate, at least the one within the Embermain holds, given enough time.
Not a fan of that one, but
Oh, it certainly
but
isn't preferable, but
there's more urgent stuff than that at this point, isn't there?
We may
potentially.
we may honestly may need to cut our losses with this one.
Yeah.
Um,
Which one
uh,
was that?
looking over the
Breaking
it's not
into the Embermain hold to access their vaults and see if you can get any keys and information to get you into the vaults in underneath Cindergate. It's suspected they have really powerful firearms and cannon technology, and nobody's exactly sure what exactly they were developing right before they got contact lost with them, but currently their hold is occupied by uh, what is expected to be Ember mains that were converted to the Silver Order.
I meant which number is this one?
4.
4.
Four.
Okay.
Um, the the timing has been very inconvenient, and they're making moves on it. Um,
Yeah.
we may just have to accept that our enemy is just going to grow a little. Well, our tentative allies are going to potentially grow just a bit stronger.
Yes, we won't be able to deal with all of them, so we'll have to take losses somewhere.
Um, I'm sorry, Cornelius, but um, unless we can find a way to just to bump those keys, we might need to shell this one indefinitely.
Fair enough. There's plenty enough going on. Just wanted to make us aware of the opportunity.
Hmm.
Alright. Outside of that, we also have two that we can't exactly hold down the fort with armed forces on, unfortunately. The first one is a bit of a personal request. One of the former headmasters of the academy, Korik, sorry, an ally of Korik, the necromancer that you had the pleasure of running into in the past. A man known by the name of Valor. He was the former headmaster of Conjuration and one of Korik's closest allies. Thanks to the information that Reeves brought back to us, we were luckily able to pinpoint a laboratory they've set up in northern Brescia, tucked away in the mountains. An area that is, we'll call it saturated in demonic energy and shielded against scrying. If I didn't have those documents, I probably wouldn't have been able to track down the patterns that I was just barely able to pick up.
This Valor, he's if not responsible, then connected to the stuff that we found in Elidri.
Most likely, the patterns that they're working with are exactly the same, and I wouldn't put it past Cork to try something like this. Half the reason you found, not even half, the entire reason why you found me the way you did is there was a disagreement about how to handle things towards the end of original humanity. They
Even
thought it
more.
would be a good. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I'll let you finish. Listen.
They thought it would be a good idea to try to bind one of the sins so we might learn information about them, but there were flaws all over their diagrams. We didn't have enough people to support it, and even those we did, there's a good chance we'd lose a good number of them in the process. But what do I know? I only invented magic.
Um, Even more so, this floor guy supports the fucker that put you in the state we found you in.
Yes, one of the few idiots foolish enough to back him before I disappeared.
I'm in. Let's fuck him up.
Yeah, me too.
Sounds like he needs to die.
Yeah, you're our goddess. Fuck those guys.
Agreed.
What
She
we
just puts
found.
her hand over her heart as she puffs out a cloud of smoke.
What we found in Alidri, they they can't they can't do that elsewhere.
Exactly. If this is how they're planning on trying to pull the demon host out of whatever rift it's sitting in, it won't go quickly or easily. And I'm not keen to let a number of civilians die so that he can get a second chance to fuck this up all over again.
Honestly, even just a chance to fuck someone who fucked with you and kill demons, like, it's a gift I could never thought to ask for.
As much as I won't turn down him being dead when he arrives, if you find a way to subdue him and bring him back alive, I'm sure there's quite a number of things that could learn from such a helpful boy.
Oh, oh no, Raynar. I said, fuck up. I would never deny you your opportunity to,
Ah,
just
good.
extract information.
Yes, we have been meaning to catch up, but he's always had troubles being timely about returning my missives.
Well,
But
Like Tomas said, our goal is to make sure he can't do the work that he set out to do. He doesn't have to be
exactly.
dead for that.
And as much as I'm looking forward to this, let's not get hasty in it. Even if he isn't officially allied with the Silver Order, I wouldn't be surprised if Korak has eyes on the place. We might be able to get past some of their defenses, but I wouldn't count on us being able to catch all of them. We'll want to move quick and clean through there. We won't have time to dally once they get word of what's going on. Hopefully, given that it isn't a direct ally of Ethos as far as we're aware, Eber won't be able to rain on the parade. But as much of a corpse fucker as he is, I wouldn't test your luck against Korak as you are. If he arrives at the Silver Order, well, let's just hope you get out of there before he does. Alright. And the last one on our list, once again based off the information provided to us by the Jester. Things have certainly been interesting. Yes, we've been looking over the information that has conveniently not been provided to us, Theoden says, stepping forward. There's a large number of obvious gaps that would have been beneficial to both us and Ethos if they had been provided, but obviously there's certain things that they are trying to withhold from us to what end we have yet to figure out. As such, I think it's in our best effort to launch a more dangerous effort to figure out what exactly it is that they're up to. Normally, me and Osek, along with assistance from your family, Reeves, might be able to find something like this, but while most of their locations where the officers are camped are heavily fortified, and even this one, best opportunity from what we can see. One of the other gods is there, the one you know as the Herald of Dawn. Him and several of his officers, as well as a small detachment of Silver Order, are holed up in a gnomish city by the name of Fazgaroth. We don't know why they're there. The Hearthlands aren't exactly known for having a robust military system, especially since most of their military forces come from Bressian mercenaries. I'm curious to see why exactly they're expanding there, and if we should be worried about their movements. As much as you should be prepared to defend yourself if something happens, more than anything else, we'll want to focus on making sure that they don't know how deep we are involved until we're gone. At least at the moment, we have the benefit of them being neutral with us at the very least. We don't expect them to revoke any offensive actions unless they know that we're there to gather information from them that they're otherwise not willing to give up. Me and Naru can come up with a proper reasoning for you to be in the area if need be, but our best efforts are not to confront them directly unless we need to. Get in, out, get what information we can from the locals and any unfortunately placed documents that they just happened to leave out for us before they even realized we were there.
Oh boy. Lots of sneakiness going on. Lots of underhandedness. Only one Reebs.
Yeah.
Well, and a lot of urgency too.
Yes. From what we can tell, they seem to be preparing something big. It'll probably take them some time to prep things. We might be able to deal with this one with a slight delay on it if need be, but by the time we act upon it, if we don't take it now, it's possible that security could be increased. It's similar with retrieving our dear friend Valor as well. I've done what I can to limit the ability to detect our scrying, but sooner or later, one of those two will stumble across it. I'd say we have probably a few weeks before they pick up on anything.
I won't speak for the others, but who's interested in taking on this trip into the Hearthlands?
Reese
Uh,
raises a hand.
Say hidden. Sounds like it involves being a bit. They both need us to be a bit discreet, but going into Fosgroff is gonna be a. I'm not real good at any of that. I'm not sure how much I'd be more hindrance than help. I think in that case, at least if I go along trying to get this Velour person, subdue, I can do.
well, which way do you want to go, Reebs? I guess I'll just go where you're not.
Well,
Might as well spread ourselves out here.
well, I made it clear. I'm going with Nar. I'm going to get this guy, Valor.
All right. Well, I guess I'll be heading to the Heartlands then.
I was just gonna look at Wolf, like, which one would you prefer? Either of us are good for taking out demons, so.
Oh.
Yes, but not to cast too much doubt on our esteemed associate, but when I think of subterfuge, I don't exactly think of Hell Knights.
Fair.
I mean, I snuck two of them into a into a Silver Order fortress.
But this is Wolf.
I had
Wolf was
planned on
there.
helping Nicandros and Shaw, so I'm not entirely sure. would seem that is not the entire group's intention, though.
Yeah, the majority of the votes are already in for 5 and 6. Those are pretty much
Good character,
guaranteed to happen.
Matthew.
I know.
So Moss will walk up to Wolf and give him like a nudge in the shin and be like, if I promise to go with you, Nicandros and Shaw, next time, you go with Reeves, I'll go with Reese.
I can work with that.
Promise me you get a real good fucking hit on that guy for me, yeah?
The best city you'll see yet, Tomas.
Wait,
I mean, he won't see it. That's kind of the.
wait. So I'm
Don't you
getting
have
both the
Sarah
fighters.
to tend to, Mika? Not
What-
Mika.
what-
Oh my god.
You are getting both the fighters, it looks like.
Not to cast doubts on the arrangement, but at least with going into the gnome city, they're not, unless they have to actually break into a place to get something, they can at least be walking around. From my understanding.
It should be fine.
Like, I'm good to try and get people in and out, but I would prefer at least one other person who is light on their feet.
I've been practicing. I'm not great at it, but I've been practicing. But you make
Okay.
a point. I don't know.
Um,
Not sure.
I don't know. I think Wolf should go with the I think either Wolf or Mika should go with the group into the city just to provide a, you know, a physical deterrent if things get rough.
I'm
We
a
got Lana
Physical?
dragon.
more.
I'm cool with that, Rivers. I'd rather not cat paw around anyway.
Are you going to be shifting into your form in the middle of a city, Reese?
I'm not that big.
I mean, even if Reese doesn't, we've got Lana.
My
And
point
I also have a sword.
my point still stands. For my missions, for this mission specifically, it's gonna need a little more finesse. So if I would want Lana or Tomas with me.
Wanna draw straws for it, Tomas? Just to stop there from being a whole big hootenanny about who's going where?
Give me 1 second. I'm trying to clarify the missions real quick in my head.
Reeves is lobbying for one more sneaky person to go fuck up Nara's captor.
What I was understanding though is that both of them are very sneaky either way. But
Kind
one of
of.
them has more of a chance of combat, and I thought 5 had more of a chance of combat.
Yeah. 6 is more like kind of covert stuff rather than outright sneaky. Like it's
I will
more just kind of
I
keeping
will
a low profile.
I will definitely have a higher chance of combat if if both fighters go
Yeah.
onto it.
Well, but even if I'm looking at just like the skills, 5 has combat listed where
Oh.
6 doesn't. So, and it's not that Mika and Wolf can't be sneaky. Is that this in general in my understanding of the missions, 6 seems to be the one that needs more sneaky and more social background stuff, which Reese and Tomas both
Well, you
are very good at. That's
well,
just my understanding.
I'm pretty sure the party was intact with combat, but combat happened anyway.
Well,
I'll go with either mission. I'm got at least something in diplomacy and stealth at this point, so I can do either one.
Yeah, I would rather go on number 6 personally.
I was feeling that way too, because the Herald is kind of a buddy of mine, and but the whole thing is kind of weird right now. But I'll go help out Nara. It's still important.
That or I can escort. I can go with. I can go along with Reese and Lana on the sixth one. Since you got
Happy to
a
have you, Mika.
Lana, you got it in with the Herald. You should be in on that one.
I
And
mean, I wouldn't really call it an in. It's more just kind of like a I don't even really know. I just
I believe the objective was to not really encounter them.
but if you have to,
Mm.
if something happens, you've at least got something to work with.
It was don't talk to them unless you have a really good fucking plan. Them
Yeah.
not knowing you there. Them not knowing that we're in the city is. Well, there's less of a chance to see through a plan if they don't know there is one.
case probably it's better that I don't go because he probably knows my face the best out of anyone here. I'd be willing to place a wager.
That's a fair point. Alright, so I'll trade with you. I'll go with Reese
We'll
and
just we'll
Tomas.
do a little dosey do here.
Alright. So that would mean Lana, Reeves, and Wolf are going on the reunion,
Mm-hmm.
and Reese, Mika, and Tomas are heading out to the Gnomish Trade City.
Sounds like it.
Say.
Sounds like it.
Alright, I will lock those teams in at some point tonight.
Do we
Alright.
do we have the means to um shore up two?
Yes, sorry.
Only one is unstable, it looks like.
Theoden looks over towards Osek. Yes, I believe we were going to be organizing a search party with some of the shield bearers to lock down the area and see if they could find any indication of where threats might be coming from. If that is where you think they are best deployed. Considering our options, that seems like the best use of them at the time.
Yeah, I'm really into going and checking out. God, I really want to go hit up Zek's rune because like it's been sitting there, just pinging forever.
If
Good.
the I'm already I'm unless circumstance changes, uh I'm uh I'm not overly optimistic about pursuing the information from the Ember Mains. But if we don't need to do anything further to sort of attend to um the uh rune reading, then I would advocate for doing the search party with the shield bearers.
Absolutely.
Yep, the search party with the shield bearers would just be you guys deploying the hold the line to mission 2 while you guys are
Yep.
dealing with 5 and 6. That way it doesn't go a fail.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, let me mark that down. Alright. So, with that, that is also the only one that hasn't been scouted at this point as well. So do we want to scout that as well?
Sure.
Sure.
If that's good with everyone.
Makes sense.
The joys of having everything else locked down. Alright. So, with that, two will be kept from decaying, and we'll have more information for the next window. Follow the rune and lost art are stable with as much information as the scouts are able to get you, pending any changes in circumstance. And you guys will be dealing with 5 and 6 coming weeks.
We.
Yay.
Does anybody have any scheduling things I should know about on the 19th or the 26th where they would be unavailable?
No.
I know Mika, we probably can't do next week for you just because of this scheduling stuff. That's fine. I just want to make sure if anybody has any days where they will not be around at all for any reason so I can start planning things out because I know
I'm
no,
good.
we can't do the 3rd. Perfect.
Yeah, I can do either.
Yeah, I think I'm set for about whatever. I'm not going anywhere for the Thanksgiving weekend, so I'll be home.
Cool. Any Thanksgiving stuff from you, Sephi or Kevin?
Not
Uh,
at this time. I'll
yeah,
let you know.
I'm available for either week. So
Cool. With that, we'll probably have Reese, Mika, and Tomas on Thanksgiving on Black Friday then, and next week will be Lana, Reeves, and Wolf.
We.
We indeed. All right. So, uh, Nara looks over the information, nods a bit, and says, "All right. It's still going to be a little more time before you're stable enough to properly deploy out, considering how long you're out in the field, but do what you can to get some rest, gather your supplies, and I'll let you know when we're ready."
Oh, Matt, I made my item decisions, by the way. I'm just gonna take a 15th level item.
All right.
I'm gonna use the 15th level item on Greater Boots Abounding, and then I'm also gonna buy Lana a Greater Invisibility rune for her armor, with
Okay.
gold.
I also may be able to just settle for a 15th level item. I just need to run it by you.
Sure. Feel free to shoot that
uh,
over.
what are Nathan's plans?
I am completely open until Enwalk early access.
Oh,
I
I
mean,
meant
items.
I know
For
that's.
for the items.
Oh, nothing. Sorry.
okay.
Let me see.
I'll adapt to what you guys do. So
I just want to check back because it's rare.
Is that a dragon scale amulet?
No, it's a rune
Oh, I got
because
you.
I don't have a second rune in my weapon.
Yeah, so I was gonna for Mika get her greater resilient rune and then put cash on getting a second weapon rune.
So that specifically only works if you have like a lag weapon. So like fighters have like legendary and martial, but only
Mm.
master and advanced weapons, and that would allow it to catch up.
Ah. Okay. Never
Yeah.
mind then. Shucks.
Aw.
I will keep looking then. If someone wants the 16th level item, then I'll keep looking for something else.
I definitely want my next weapon rune for a 16 slot. And Tomas wants one for his bow.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yep.
shell out 500 for a frost rune.
Okay.
So, yeah. If Nathan wants his next weapon rune, we could probably settle with that. If he's cool with passing it up this time around, then Vic can get theirs.
yep. Do your thing.
Yeah. So
You sure?
Yas.
Okay. I guess I will upgrade my weapon.
All right. And Wolf. Wolf, you're free to grab any 15th level item that you want then. All right. So that has those all squared away. List. All right.
Matt, when it comes to upgrading the runes that are already present,
Yes.
if you have the lower level one that costs 500 and the higher level one costs 6,500, does it still cost 6,500 to upgrade it, or is there like a price
You pay the
difference?
difference.
Okay.
Okay. So, downtime week activities. Is anybody doing anything with theirs? I think Sephi, we ruled that you would be spending your downtime week to do part of the retraining.
Right, because I have the yeah,
Yep. Okay.
because I have a stored week, I have a free week from leveling up, and I have this week.
Yep. Is anybody else doing anything with their downtime week?
I think I already discussed retraining with you, so
Yep.
that should already be done. I would, however, like to introduce Cornelius to Molt actually.
Hell yeah. Do you want to do that now, or do you want me to open up RP slots? Because I was planning on opening up RP slots now that you guys have returned from getting your ass beat by
Right.
Tiamat.
I will take a roleplay slot when you open them.
Cool.
Plus is probably gonna spend 3 days of this week working on the city,
Mm-hmm.
and then the rest of it he wants to bother Cornelius to help him do research.
About anything particular, or is that going to be an RP thing?
RP thing.
Cool. All right.
So I just add 3 days to my progress.
Yep.
I don't think I had anything in particular for Mika. There's something that Reeves wanted to work with her on, so
Yeah.
she'll go wherever
Well,
she's needed, basically.
Okay. I think that just leaves Lana and Wolf for your weeks.
I don't have anything immediately in mind. If I come up with something, I'll let you know.
Sounds like
Yeah.
a plan.
Same actually.
All right. All right.
I'm probably going to look at a few items, but I'll let you know if I buy anything or need to shop.
Sounds like a plan. So, think that covers just about everything, unless anybody wanted to bring anything else up. I can leave this open for a bit, Wolf, so we can get through your level up and any feat backlogs you had questions on. But otherwise, I think we are good until our next session.
yay.
Woohoo!
Yay! So, thank you all for showing up. If anybody has any questions for me, let me know. Otherwise, I will see you all in a week or two.